just saying that, yeah, why I say it's where I'm having struggle is because you said commitment. And commitment is all that I'm referring to. And how you're going about identifying commitment because they were in a relationship doesn't mean they were committed. And that's my point that I'm making to you. I understand those qualities of commitment and they're necessary, but you don't find them because of those type of people that you're describing. You find them through the conversation and finding out whether, and that was the point that he made when he before he got off, Mike. If he was committed to somebody in a relationship, he's everything that you asked for, but you're looking for something more. That commitment is important. I agree, but you don't find it just because he's been married.
No, 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 no. So what I'm saying to you is it's not I'm not finding because he's what I just want to see how it's kind of like when you go to a job, right? Have you ever led something before? Like I want to see your leadership skills. Have you what is at this point in your life, you should have a track record of how you've been living over the years, right? And so I find that the people I mesh best with are people who've been once divorced, um, and people who are who have unfortunately lost a spouse. Those are the men that I find to be the more responsible or the most, they just from my experience.
Okay.
When you look at the guy who's been the playboy all these years, his history shows playboy. How can you go from playboy and you discipline yourself to be the playboy all these years to go into a commitment? It is it, it no.
I
I'm
mean,
not willing to take that chance. Sorry.
I, I'm not suggesting that you do. I understand that. Uh, Again, if I and the widow, the widower, I wholeheartedly understand. The divorcee, questionable to me. And I
Well, because
understand in your circumstances,
mhm.
you might have run across a few that have meshed well with you. I know quite a few, and that's the reason why my position is my position. I know quite a few from the standpoint of being friends to them, and there were reasons why they got divorced.
Yeah,
And
oh, for sure.
yeah,
And again, that's not me saying every man who's divorced gets a chance with me. I'm not saying that. But
right.
what I have learned is I go for the guy so there's another tier, there's another step to this. He's
Mhm.
divorced. But what did you learn from that divorce? What are you gonna do different? What did you make? What mistake did you make in that you have changed about yourself? Because you saw that that is what messed this up. You know what I'm saying? So it's out of experience. It's kind of like me. If he looks at me and he looks at my history, it ain't perfect. So what have I learned from that that makes me the person that I am now, right? So that's pretty much what I'm looking for. And luckily the person that I'm with now, he does just that, like he's learned from, he understands it was his fault and he's learned from that. He wants to move a little different because that wasn't his intent. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Like we go through things, we learn from them, and what are you doing now to make yourself better? Like how you move forward in on the better, you know.
Well, well, at this point, then it matters not because you found your guy and God bless your relationship, and I hope that y'all get married soon.
You said
I
what now?
hope. I said,
Well, we're
well,
trying it out. It's new.
I mean, I'll put something out there that is hard to do, but is favorable in my opinion. Marry to date, don't date to marry.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
But my end goal is not to be shacking up with you.
I mean,
My
what's your definition of shacking up? Living with
shacking up
somebody?
is yeah. And my end goal is not to be shacking up with you.
Well, I agree, but here's something. We've made casual sex a popular thing, and shacking up is casual sex.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we don't really look at it that way because it's become so.
I
uh,
agree.
normal to just have casual sex, and I think
I
that
agree.
lends to a lot of the uh, relationships that don't that we're failing at. So
Hmm.
when you said shacking up, that's what triggered in my head. Like, okay, let's define shacking up and let's put a little bit more intention to it. And that's why I said um, marry to date, not date to marry. Because dating to marry usually goes the other way around, where you wind up shacking up outside of living with each other, and you start becoming intimate, and that just clouds your better judgment in both
For sure.
cases. So,
No, I
I
agree.
am advocating that, and I don't like saying it because it becomes a very significant responsibility. But yeah, I advocate it significant. I advocate it. So, so again, what I said is, you have found this guy is new.
It's not really new. I've known him for years, but the relate this part of the friendship is new.
Okay, well, again, God bless that, and it sounds like you found your person.
We'll
And
see.
after all of those, after all of them years, if you don't know no better, uh, it's on
I
you.
know to take it slow.
Okay, I
Take it
mean, don't take time for
slow.
granted either.
Well,
It's
you
not.
so that's why you develop you can't take you're right, but that's why you are taking it slow. You create memories. You don't put your life on pause. You create memories together. So if anything, you at least leave with
Well,
memories.
well,
You
well,
don't stop what you're doing.
well,
It just
all of the memories that you're creating are memories lost for your actual husband.
yeah.
So, be
But
careful
look,
on how many memories.
let me just tell you about this. This is the thing, right? You're absolutely right. And it's an unfortunate for both men and women. You know, when you give people a chance, you could be risking the fact of time lost from finding the person that you can. But when you're somebody like me, like I can't multitask in that area. So if I give you my full attention, I'm gonna give you my full attention. I know some women are able to do the juggle thing. I ain't a juggler.
I understand that.
I don't even know how to do that.
I
It
understand
does
that.
not work well for me.
I'm not suggesting juggling at all. I'm suggesting that again, the concept of, and I said it a few times. I say it again: marry to date, not date to marry. What you're talking about is you're dating to marry, and I
That's
get
my
it.
end
That's what
goal.
most people do. But what and it came from older generations. Marry
Mhm.
to date, because that is the honor right there. You're like, all right, let's do it. And you are intentionally, but everybody, because they're so skeptical and so afraid and so, that they got to figure out whether it's right. They just got to know. And a lot of times, that process is, if the person has intention, if I have intention that, hey, I want to be with you, and you have intention that, hey, you want to be with me, we work everything else out.
That's true.
We go ahead and we be together and we work it out. We figure out where our mishaps are, where our challenges are, where our discrepancies, our personality clashes are, and but we go with the original intention of we want to be with one another, and we figure it out. Unfortunately, that's a thing of the past because people just don't trust each other no more. So you got to build trust, and that's why I don't really embrace
Well,
the
I don't think
whole.
that I'm trying to build trust. That's not what I'm doing. I'm
Well,
just trying to.
you've known them for years, but
Mhm.
tell me what you consider not trying to build trust if you've known them for years and you're still sitting there like, well, we're taking it slow. What are you building? What do you call it?
Well, when I say I'm taking it slow, it's not a. I think that I think it's more so. I'm not rushing the process, right? Um, we're moving into a different part of life, meaning we were once really good friends. I've known you for over, half of my life, but I don't mind taking this part, take it slow, because what you don't want to do is mess up a good friendship in the process if it does not work out, right? So it's just a little added layer to the
Uh,
situation.
I understand, but do you understand how much you're moving in fear and doubt?
And fear and in doubt.
Yes. Do you
Oh, for
realize that what you
sure.
just said? Well, that's what I'm advocating to let's release and get out of that. Why you that's the
Well, that's
building
just,
of the
yes.
trust.
To know why I do that is just to know the kind of person I am. I do that with everything that I do. I do it with a job. I do it with my kids. I don't trust everybody with my children. I do it with every single piece of my life. I don't. I'm a slow. Even when it comes to cars, if you want me to change a brand, I'm like, you want me to leave my brand to go to? I'm a slow person to change. People may say I'm a little old fashioned. I am a slow mover of change. That's why this whole generation of way people doing things right now, I'm still stuck in the past. I can't get with it. I'm just a slow, I'm cautious.
I mean, I get it. I'm probably slower than you, quite frankly. But part of the process of my pace, like I've lost plenty of women because I'm a slow person, and that's because I'm trying to get to know you. Because unlike what you said, when I do know somebody for a long time, I'm trying to get to know you. But at the same time, a couple of people that I've met recently, I'm like, I'm just looking for the qualities, and in conversation, I can find those qualities pretty easily. The qualities
Yeah.
of, again, being honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But then too, like, stepping out the person that I'm with now. What I have learned that people usually don't show their face until you've been with them for a minute. So I got to make sure I know exactly what I'm getting into, and I'm okay with taking my time to get
But
there.
didn't you say you know
Um,
this guy for half of your life?
I said besides the guy that I'm with right now, what I've noticed
Oh,
in the
okay,
past.
okay.
But you gotta remember, I knew him in a different capacity. I wasn't
That,
around him
don't,
all the
that's
time.
even better. That's even better because you didn't know him, so you should know his core characteristics.
And that's what I like. So I know his
And right.
core.
So
Yeah,
so that's the most important is the core, and everything else are little things that you can adjust to or you can learn, you can work around. He knows your core. That's
yeah.
why he's
There's
interested.
something there. It is more to the story than I'm willing to
Oh, okay.
share on the
Okay. Well
on-
then,
on-
God bless you guys is all I can say.
Thank you. That's
And,
all
and
I ask.
yeah.
Please, God bless us.
And you said you like Guy, right?
Guy, the singing group.
Yeah.
Teddy is my daughter's godfather.
Okay. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, Shante.
He's my child. So I know Guy very well. Well, Damon, Aaron, and Teddy.
Okay. Like I said, I know Teddy and Damon much more than Aaron, but yeah, I know them. I don't know them as well as you do because they're not any of my children's. But I've been around them quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.